But on the line with me now, Lloyd Perry, transplant sport athlete. Lloyd, it's fantastic to have you on the show.
Yeah, good, very good, thank you. Seeing as it's been locked down, it has been hasn't been too bad since we're allowed to play golf and tennis again. So I've been making the most of that.
That is your experience. Is that your? Are those the two loves, sport loves for you, golf and tennis?
I would say more tennis. I started playing tennis when I was 5. My parents used to drag me down to the tennis courts, and yeah, it just grew from there. And golf, I started playing about 5 or 6 years ago. And as I say, if you can play other sports like tennis, like cricketers do, you pick up golf and you go for it. So I love that now because it gets me outdoors and I have a good time with my friends.
So before you got to the golf space, your experience in the world of tennis is of course well known. You must have had some good experiences traveling around the world for tennis.
Yeah, fantastic. When I was, I think 13 was the first time I made the South African tennis team, and I was dragged off to Australia as a young kid. Went to Hong Kong first in Australia and played tennis tournaments there, and I did quite well. I think I won two doubles tournaments, got to the finals of a few singles tournaments, then came back and was ranked top 10 in South Africa, which was amazing, and got to play the Masters, and yeah, ended up winning tournaments here. And then, unfortunately, when I got sick, and you have to stop playing for those period.
We're going to talk about that in a second, but then of course you moved from tennis into the world of golf, and I'm assuming that all your experience in tennis helped you understand the competitive edge in golf.
Yeah, no, 100% for sure. My friends used to force me to say, come play some golf. And I was like, it's too hard playing tennis. I played a bit as a kid at school, and I was terrible. It was massive slice on every ball. And then I started taking it more seriously after I had this transplant in 2012 when I had a bit more time, and tennis was a little bit too hectic to start off with. And got into the golf, and I absolutely love it. I mean, it's fantastic. It's great for the mind, and walking for 7 kilometers is great.
Looking at the activities that a transplant, I'm not sure what the word is, transplantees, if that might be the word, um,
Yeah.
folks that have had transplants, there's clearly a sport space for folks that have had transplant to come and participate, to join you guys and do the same kind of activity.
Oh, 100%, yes. I mean, when I first had my first transplant, I thought, I've been a professional sportsman when I was younger. I didn't know how good it was going to be. Like, did I really want to participate in this? But um, once I had the second transplant, I thought I was going to go for it, and I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of the athletes were at the games. I mean, my first games, I didn't even win gold. I got a silver. I lost in the final to an Argentinian guy in tennis. Now, you'd think somebody who's played tennis their whole life would probably walk over it, and I didn't. And it was an eye opener to me how competitive, especially tennis and golf, which I'm in, and athletics is. It's unbelievable. I mean, these guys take it seriously. It's very physical. You play tennis from 8 in the morning, you finish at 10 o'clock at night. So it's been absolutely fantastic, and it's been a good transition for me. So it's been good. I mean, I still play Premier League in Cape Town, and I can say that some of the players I play in the transplant games are just as, if not more, competitive than they are here.
Tell us a little bit about that, though. I mean, we're talking about some serious events here. These are world championships events. Two sports. How do you combine two sports going to a world champion? I mean, most people will go and do one sport. You go do judo, world championships, but transplant games, of course, incorporates multiple sports.
Yeah, no, for sure. But the thing is, tennis comes a little bit more naturally to me. So I can go down and play 2 or 3 times a week, and I understand. I've been playing since I was 5.
Yeah,
Golf, not so much. So I don't put as much pressure on myself for the golf. So I go for tennis, but I play golf and I enjoy it.
yeah. And you're looking at some of the golf pictures that we've got here. I mean, you've rubbed shoulders with some legends here. We've got a picture here of you with Lee Westwood. This is quite
Yeah,
incredible.
exactly. Well, he had a picture with me. I think that was
Oh,
this.
he came. Of course, he came and asked you for a picture. Yes,
Yeah,
but
exactly. No, yeah, he was. It was fantastic. He was part of the whole sponsorship for the Newcastle games, and the course that
wow.
we played in. He's wife, I thought his girlfriend's father owned the golf course. So he was there handing out the trophies and the medals. I mean, it's amazing for people to see him and so down to earth was great.
But that just goes to show, I suppose, Lloyd, that the strong message there for folks out there is that if you've had a transplant, the Transplant Sports Association South Africa and Transplant Sports Western Cape is available for you to connect to and participate with like-minded individuals with the same challenges, and really there is life after transplant.
Oh, definitely. I would say never give up. I mean, I've been through a lot, and transplant. I mean, during this whole COVID difficulty, people are battling, but I think transplantees on themselves, we're not accustomed to adversity, and you stand up and you got to keep pushing. I mean, we could have all given up plenty times, but you got to look forward and you got to keep yourself healthy and keep moving. You know, there's life after transplant for sure, and we are living proof of that.
Well, you certainly have a whole lot of sports experience to contribute to the world of sport, and we're looking forward to chatting with you again. And Lloyd, from our side, I can say we tip our hat to you. We're so proud that you're in the Western Cape and that you're a Western Cape athlete, and it really makes us proud to be able to talk to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We go, folks. Lloyd Perry, sports champion, multiple champion levels and multiple sports, and isn't it fantastic to see what Western Cape Transplant Sports can do? So for transplantees out there, if you want to stay involved in the world of sport or new to the world of sport, then Western Cape Transplant Sports is of course there for you, and you can find them on www.westerncapetransplantsports.co.za. Reach out to them and get involved.